Hello. Okay, so you guys were like so amazing yesterday. So I posted and I asked what you guys would like to see today. I've been wanting to do a tutorial forever, but I get so sidetracked. So I apologize that I haven't done one for a bit, and I thought maybe it would be better to like specifically focus on one thing instead of doing a whole face. But when I asked you guys what to do, I was overwhelmed by like so many different answers. And it was great. I loved every bit of it. So I actually recorded earlier my face highlight and contour, and I'm gonna post that maybe sometime this week in my Instagram stories. Somebody told me about a really cool app that you can like just create an Instagram story off of a video instead of having to like stop and start the button 1,000 times. So I was pretty stoked about that. So we'll see how it goes. And then today I thought I'd focus on, there was a large response for eyeshadows and eyebrows. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do both because it's all part of the eyes, right? So we'll do both looks. Okay, so let's get started. What's the app called? Steph, it's called Continual, and it's $7, but it looks pretty amazing. Like I think that might be life-changing. Continual. Julene, it's Continual. Yes. Haley. Hey guys. Okay, ready? Let's get started. So first I'm going to start off with, I basically kind of like a primer for your eye. If you have an eyeshadow primer that you really like, you are more than welcome to use that. Hey Amy, I like to use my mascara highlight color, one that's even just a teeny bit lighter than my skin so that it brightens up. Hey Ashley. And but using this as a base is going to help brighten up that eye, as well as, because it's a cream, your powder eyeshadows are going to stick to it better and they're going to have a better base, and the pigment's going to be better and they will show up better. So this color that I'm using on my eyes is called Sunlit. So I just put that on there to create like a good base for my eyeshadow. I think I'll maybe do, I'm trying to decide what kind of look to do. No, I don't ever have a problem with them creasing at all. So using the highlight colors on my eyes, I was worried about that too, so I didn't use it for a long time and just stuck with my primer. But once I started using these, I haven't had a problem with it at all. So, multi-use makeup. Okay, I think I have an idea. So I'm gonna start off with, today I put on the Sandstone blush, so I'm gonna use that one as my base. So that's right here, this color, super pretty. So this is the blush I used. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that, and I just use my finger because I'm cool like that. And I'm gonna go on the outer corner of the eye right here with that Sandstone blush. Now this does not have to be perfect. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. How often do I get my hair cut? Maybe like every 6 weeks when it starts getting long. Then I get a little trim. Sometimes I trim it myself, and then I make my husband clean up the back that I can't see. Let's see, if you set with a loose powder before your shadow, it keeps them from creasing even more. So that's a good tip. You can set with a loose powder, so either the Airspun or the Vanilla Dust, and then it's even better. Okay, so I have just that. So nothing on the inner corner, just kind of right in the middle, and dabbed with that Sandstone. Now I know you're probably thinking, holy Hannah, that looks scary, but it's not. It'll be really, really pretty. Hey Jamie. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my, this is the multitasker brush right here, so I'm gonna use this flat side, and I'm gonna use the color Sabrina, which is this one. It's like a really pretty kind of golden shimmery color, and we're gonna take that one and go right in through here and brighten that whole inner eye area up. kind of transitioning it into that sandstone color. And then the corner of the eye as well. Speaking of hair, we all want to know how you get the volume on top. I actually have a couple tutorials on YouTube that you can get to through the link in my bio, and I go over all the products that I use and how you get that volume. So check that out and then let me know if you have any questions. Okay, and then up here, and then I go in with that Sabrina up on that brow bone as well, okay? So all these eyeshadows, all the brushes, everything that I use is the Mascara makeup, which you know, if you followed me for a while, you know that's what I use and what I love. If you have questions, I can help you out. You can send me a DM, or if you click on the link in my bio too, I have quite a few, like I have a couple tutorials on there, but I can help you get color matched. I can help you pick out your colors, and you can actually shop it through the link in my bio as well. Okay, so I went over with that up here through the inner corners. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with Zion. This is one of my favorite colors, and I pretty much use it every day with all kinds of different colors. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, so Zion, this is it. It's kind of, and it's real comparable to that sandstone blush. So you just go in with that right here. Hey, Lisa. Okay, and I was using the big end, but I'm gonna go back to my smaller end. So I'm basically going right over top. Oh, this is the Eyeshadow Everything brush. You have a small end here and a big end here, okay? All these brushes are super, super multifunctional. Like, you get 2 brushes for the price of 1, plus you don't have to, like, you know, use 5,000 different brushes, because I have 6 brushes instead of 12, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm basically just creating a good powder foundation on top of that blush, okay? Now I'm gonna take that one and go under the eye, right here too. So same color Zion, small end, outer corner, about halfway in to about the iris of the eye. And just lining that eye right there, okay? So I know we're still looking scary, but just wait. The magic's gonna happen. Now I'm gonna take Crush. Let me show you that one. Right here. So this is Crush. It's kind of a sparkly orangey color, and I also love this one. Love, love, love it. So I'm gonna go in with that multitasker brush that I already used. So this one that has the small end and then the bigger flat end. And I'm gonna spray that first with my Stay Spray. So I'm gonna spray the end of it with my Stay Spray to get it wet. And what this does is this helps create, it makes them more pigmented and goes on a little bit more compacted and provides more shimmer and, you know, the pigment. So get some of that on your brush. And then I go right in the middle. So now, because this is kind of a middle color, I'm transitioning that light color to the darker copper color with this middle orange color. And you can see I'm just kind of taking it and patting it all the way up to the crease, just like that. So pretty, huh? Is the front of your hair sliced or weaved? Both. Couple weaves, maybe 1 slice in there. Whenever I try eyeshadow under the eye, it ends up down my cheeks. I know how that goes, but the great news is then I just will go in, and some people like to do their eyeshadow first so that then they can go in with their foundation after and kind of cover that up. But when I get it, I just go back in with my detail hack brush and kind of clean it up. So sometimes that happens, but not very often. Okay, so now again, going back in right here, middle of the eye, blending that all in. Just like that. So we're creating kind of an ombre effect from light to dark. Sorry guys, I try to read comments, but then I get sidetracked and then I feel like my lives take forever. Oh, that's funny. You guys are all awesome. Let's hope I don't get any creepers on here like I did last time. That sucked. And I didn't even see his comments because I was like trying to do my makeup, so everybody started commenting and they were like, get this creeper out of here. And then I didn't know how to get him out and I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so I have those colors blended. So now I'm going to take that fluffy end of the big end of my eyeshadow everything brush, and I'm just going to go in and softly blend all those colors. So again, that looked so scary, right, when I first did it, but look at what a difference it makes when you go in and blend with that fluffy end. There you go. Okay. Jamie, you're going to get him for me. Perfect. Okay, so now we are going to eyeline. I like, for my waterline, depends on what I'm using, but for my waterline, I really like the Maybelline Master Eye Studio. Sorry, I'll find it right here. Okay, so the Maybelline Master Eye Studio, it's in a pot. It's just called Eye Studio. This is black. The black is black, and it's just in a pot, and it comes with a brush. So you just take that brush and this is my favorite for my waterline. I feel like this lasts in your waterline better than any other eyeliner I've ever used, okay? So I like to go in the inner corner of the eye right here. This makes a big difference. People forget about that inner corner quite often, and it really makes a big difference in accentuating those eyes. And it takes a minute to not be super sensitive to touching that inner corner of your eye. But once you get it, you got it. So, and then I'm going to go in my waterline down here. Sorry, I won't flip you off. So waterline. And when I do the waterline, I start in the outer corner and I don't follow it all the way into the inner corner. And the reason for that is this inner corner, man, got a spot there. I hate when I do that. This inner corner of the eye will transfer down into, where's my brush? Will transfer down into this part right here. So I don't put it in that inner corner on the bottom. Sorry, got a little carried away right there. Okay. Outer corner. Just like that. And then I go in the outer corner on the top. And I don't really care about this part being perfect. I'm not going to do like a winged eyeliner here, but I'm just basically creating some depth right here. And I'm going to go over it with a shadow, a darker shadow in that outer corner. My hot messness is cracking you up today. Who was that? That was Tanya. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so then we're going to go, then I'm going to take my, again, multitasker brush with a dark color. So the color I'm going to use is called Cocoa. I really like this one and Kin for using in the outer corner just to create a little bit more depth out there. So this one right here is Cocoa. So it's just a good warm brown. So I'm going to take that and basically kind of go over and feather out over that eyeliner that I just did and up into that outer corner. Basically, you know, creating that depth in that crease, but kind of just through this outer section. And a lot of the times if you open your eye and apply that, you're gonna get it in the right spot, because a lot of the times we close our eyes and we apply all this eyeshadow here, and then when we open them, we're like, wait, where did it go? And especially if you have hooded eyes, you'll just cover, when you open your eyes, it'll cover everything that you just did. So I start here and feather it on top of that liner, But then as I start to work my way up, I open the eye so that I can actually see where it's being placed. Just like that. So you're kind of going almost like you were connecting the dots from this outer corner to the tail of your eyebrow. But you're going to stop halfway there. Kat Von D. Someone said, Kat Von D has a new waterliner coming out and can't wait. It looks incredible. Oh, you'll have to let me know if you try it how it is. I always like to find new. I've tried like other expensive ones. Okay, now I'm just going in with a little tiny bit of the darker color in that outer corner. I've tried a couple of the darker ones or expensive ones that are made for waterline, and they still don't last as long as this one does. So this one is like my fail proof. I always come back to it. Back in with the fluffy end and just blend out that cocoa color, just because I don't like any harsh lines. Like I really like to have a really soft blended look. I know everybody's different and kind of prefers something a little bit different, but I like when it's blended. So I just go in, and that's what this brush is super awesome for, is it just goes in and blends amazingly. It just fluffs it all out. And then that's pretty much it. And then if you have any remnants, you can go in. I go back in with this brush and just kind of clean it all up. So then I would do my mascara. Do you want me to do my mascara, or should I just skip the mascara and move on? Did you teach yourself all of this? Where did you learn? Yes, I try different things. How long does it? I really taught myself. Like, I just try things that, you know, I like, and will find looks and then try to recreate them to how I like them. I don't. How long does it take you to get ready? Not usually. My makeup takes me 15 minutes. Obviously, when I'm like talking through it, it takes a little bit longer. So, love your nails. Thanks. They need to be done, so they're kind of a hot mess. If you could see them close up, I actually have a nail appointment today, but they're kind of a mess right now. Let's see. Mascara place. All right, mascara it is. So my favorite, again, same thing. I've used so many different mascaras, and I really always come back to my Voluminous Million Lashes by L'Oreal. I've tried lots of other ones, and my eyes are really super sensitive, and so I have to be careful, because any other mascaras that I use, even eyeshadows actually, and eyeliners, will make my eyes really red, and then they'll run. Like, they don't itch or anything like that, but they just run like crazy. So I always go back to this one because it doesn't bug my eyes. Okay, so this stuff that I'm putting on right now is just the Voluminous L'Oreal base, and I just put this on my top lashes to give it a little bit of a base. What's my highlight color today? It is June and Mango, so I have on both. And I actually did a video on that this morning, so I'll try to post that tomorrow in my Instagram stories. I always do my bottom lashes first, because if you do your top ones and then you go down here to do your bottom ones, I feel like that mascara that's still wet like transfers to the top of my eye. Hey, Hill. So, and if your mouth's not open and you're not making weird faces, you're not doing it right. Plain and simple. Okay, and then up to the top. Is your makeup shipping to Canada yet? No, sadly, but soon. They have everything in the works. They're just finalizing. Like, I think they just need, it basically is like kind of a time thing, but it's gonna happen this year, and I can't wait, because there are so many people in Canada that can't wait. Hey, Carissa. So I seen one of my awesome fellow mascara artists posted today that she likes to blow dry her eyelashes. So in between coats, she takes a blow dryer and blow dries them upwards till they dry, and then does a second coat. I want to try that, see if it works. It seems like it would work awesome. But I don't have my blow dryer right now, so I'm not doing that. Sorry. Hey, Jish. You learn how to do my makeup? Maybe you can do Drew's for her. Oh, what shadow colors did you use, please? Okay, so I used Sandstone as a base, and then I used Sabrina and Zion and Crush and Cocoa. Okay. Mascara is done. Now we're going to do brows. Oh, this Marisolo Sanchez says blow dry and the eyelash curler. She says it's awesome. So that's a good one. Oh yeah, and I've done that before too, where you get your curler hot with the curling iron, your eyelash curler, and then do that, and that works really well too. So, hey, Buse Landscape. Yeah, that's my husband, if any of you were wondering. Okay, so now that I got those done, we're going to talk about eyebrows. Okay. Now, before in the past, I have used for my eyebrows, I'm usually somebody, and probably as you can tell, like I've said with everything, I find something that I like and I end up going back to, get out of here. I end up going back to like, if I find something I like, I just stick with it, because why change something that's working for you, right? So Mascara had came out with this Know Your Angles brush not that long ago, and it's an eyebrow brush, okay? So it's got this slanted angle here and then this spoolie end right here. Now, it took me forever to order it because I already had an eyebrow brush, and it was this one from Anastasia, I don't know how you say it, Brow. And so I just used this one. I'm like, this is a good brush. It works forever and ever. And I used the Anastasia Brow, which is this one right here. Okay, and this stuff is good. Like, it lasts me a long time. I've had it forever. I use the color chocolate. You can see it's almost gone, but I've had it forever. And finally, I ordered a brush, and I thought I need to try the mascara brush. Like, after a couple weeks, I don't know why I do this to myself, because I should know that mascara doesn't come out with something if it's not amazing. So I get this brush, and it's like life-changing. The bristles, just like this brush compared to any other brush, these bristles are the softest, most amazing bristle. Like, even when I just run my fingers, this one's all rough and like kind of pokey. This is like butter on your skin. What do you got? So it is amazing. So since I got this, I've just been using this with the eyeshadow color Trust, and I love it. It's a softer brow. This Anastasia Brow is great, but I have a hard time blending it. Sometimes because my eyebrows are so light, it goes on really sticky, and sometimes it's rough to get it to blend. So I love this and using an eyeshadow because, and I know everybody does their brows different. A lot of people really like, where they go in and they have all these, big crazy hair strokes and stuff. And I think that looks great on certain people, but I like mine to just kind of have a soft, natural look to them. Nothing too crazy, So I like eyeshadows for that because it really just gives you like a soft filled eyebrow instead of like anything crazy. Not to mention when you go in and draw in all those hairs, that takes way too much time. I don't got the patience for that. So we just stick with this. Yes, Julene agrees. Trust is bomb. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That was my dog's tail. Okay. I use Trust eyeliner, but I'll have to try Trust. You'll love it. Do you recommend Babe Lash? Yes. I use either Babe Lash or the La Grande. Is it? Or Grande. Maybe it's just Grande Lash. For an eyelash growing serum. Oh, it's just Grande Lash. This is the one I've been using, and I really like this one. And I use it maybe 3 times a week just to kind of maintain the length of my lashes. So, do you still use magnetic lashes? Yeah, sometimes if I want to look extra fancy for the day, I will use those end magnetic lashes. I still really love those, but I just am lazy, so I don't put them on every day. Okay, microblading. lots of questions on that. So let's talk about it. I'm not a professional because that's not my specialty. My sister does eyebrows. She does microblading and soft tap. So she does a combination of a soft tap and a microblade. So microblade is where they actually go in and they create those little hair looking like slices in the skin. So that kind of, and I think that works really, really good if you have really thick natural brows and you just kind of want to fill in some spots. I personally don't have thick natural brows. They're thin as thin can be, and they're blonde as blonde can be. So I have mine tattooed on. So my sister did mine, but and it's been a year since I've had them done. So what happened to my dog's tail? I will tell you about that in a minute. So when I go in, so I need them redone again, so they've lightened up quite a bit. But the thing with, the thing with microblading is if you don't have very much hair or they're really blonde, you need to do like a powder fill or a gradient fill. All artists call them something different, how they apply them. But that is what is going to give you more of a solid shape, okay? Which is actually like really, really important, because sometimes with those hair strokes, as they heal, they kind of will just heal not there. Like it scabs up, and when the scab falls off, there's hardly any color there. So I highly recommend, and I think my sister would too, or does, I know she does actually, pretty much on everybody she does a combination of a powder fill with hair strokes. So you get a nice solid fill here, and then she can do like some hair strokes through the front. So that's, anybody else have any questions on, yes, and microblading does not last as long as soft tap, because microblading is only puncturing like, what is it, like the very first layer of the skin, and I think soft tap is a little bit longer. I don't know. Either way, soft tap lasts longer. So I highly recommend that over just a plain microbladed brow. So, and I recommend finding an artist that does both, yes. So a lot of people here are agreeing that soft tap is, and then that way your artist can kind of figure out what's best for you. Let's see. Stevie says she agrees. She's had hers microbladed 5 times and they almost are completely gone. Yeah, so you should absolutely try the soft tap, because I've had mine, like I said, this is a year, and my eyebrows are literally blonde. Like when I had to wipe my makeup off to get them tattooed on and they took a before and after, my niece said, Harm, you didn't tell me you had to shave your eyebrows off to get them tattooed on. And I'm like, I didn't shave them off. I just really don't have any eyebrows. Like, they're blonde and you can't see them. She legit thought I'd shaved them off. So they're blonde, and I don't have anything on them right now, so this is just the color. But I love them. One of the best things I've ever done. And they're perfect when I don't have makeup on, but I do feel like when I have makeup on, I fill them in a little bit more. Yes, my sister's in Davis County. Her Instagram name is beauty_hawk, HAWK, and she does them in Davis County, Utah. So, okay, now that we've talked about them, let's get to applying. So I'm going to kind of show you before I actually apply shapes. So first of all, usually where your eyebrow starts should line up with kind of where your nostril is right here. That's about the spot that you want it to line up. So if you're in further than that, you need to add more width here. And then the tail, if you were to envision drawing a line from like here to here to here, those should all be in line. Does that make sense? So your lines should all kind of connect that way. So that's kind of how I know, where they need to be. Also, I feel like it's really important. A lot of people make the mistake of like arching them out like this, like creating an arch right here. That makes your face look like, whoa, like I don't recommend that at all. To really frame the face properly, you want this line right here to be fairly straight, and then you'll create an arch here. So, and this is going to be a soft line. This is going to be kind of a hard line, and then this is going to be kind of a hard line, but this line, you want it to be softer, okay? So now I'll show you how I do it. And it's really simple, and if you have good shaped eyebrows tattooed on, it makes it so much easier to fill your brows in. So I'm going to take my brush, amazing, Know Your Angles brush. You guys, I'm not kidding. This brush has been a brow game changer. It is awesome. So I spray it with my Stay Spray, just like the tip of it, or because it helps keep them lasting. And then also by spraying it, I'm going to get more of, because it's wet, I'm going to get more of a defined line where I want it. So I just get a little bit of my shadow, start at the bottom, and again, this is kind of your hard line. Follow that so it's straight. There's not much of an arch there, it's kind of just a straight line. And then I connect that and create my tail. Okay. And then you'll go back in, I get a little more color, and sorry, I have a serious problem with arching that eyebrow. And then just kind of fill that in right there. And then front, and then I kind of just take what's remnant on my brush and fill in that front so that it's not a super solid line. Because I personally don't like when this line is like a square. I kind of like it to look a little bit more natural. So I like to just have a little bit of product on my brush and then just kind of feather it up like that. And then you're just filling them in. So that's the thing about a shadow, is it looks so much more natural and soft than anything. So you can see the difference between those two brows. Like, I didn't do a ton there, but just by darkening a little bit and filling them in, it makes a huge difference. So, huge difference. Oh, good morning, you lucky duck who lives in Hawaii. Okay, so back in, straight line here. And my brush is kind of, it's still wet. Let me show you this color so that you guys can see it. It's a pretty dark color, but this is called Trust. This is a really good color. There's also another color called Oak that's really pretty for filling in brows. And again, these are eyeshadows. So multi-use here. So filling in right here, creating that harsher line down at the bottom, and then everything else is softer. And my brush is kind of drying a little bit, so I'm going to respray it. You can get this brush if you click the link in my bio and then click Mascara Makeup. It's called Know Your Angles. Okay, so then back up to the top, creating that softer line up there, connecting my tail, and then feathering in the front. Just lightly feathering, okay? And then you can take on both ends, and if you feel like you need to soften anything, take your little spoolie end, and then you can just kind of soften wherever you need to. Yep. Looking pretty good, I guess. Okay. The last thing that I like to do, because I'm lazy and I don't color my eyebrow hairs as often as I should, you can spray with water, or I use the Mascara Stay Spray, so it kind of helps hold it and set it too a little bit. Yes, Stay Spray is amazing. So I like to use this. It's called Grande Brow Fill with brow boosting peptides and fibers. So, and I'll link this in my Instagram stories. You can just get it on Amazon. But I just take a little bit of that, and then I go in right here, just very lightly, like a little bit goes a really long way. Like, I really just go in very, very lightly and create just a little bit more so that, you know, you can actually go away. Go away. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what happened to his tail. I don't really know what happened to his tail, actually. So we went out of town, and my sister watched him, and she has his brother, and they play like nonstop. Like, they just wrestle all day long. And I think he heard it somehow when he was with him and his brother playing. And it's been bleeding. And so it's, like, and he wags it. If you have a lab, their tails are so powerful and and so out of control, but it won't heal because he keeps hitting it and then it bleeds. And like literally our house looked like a bloody massacre. Like it started bleeding again and we had blood splattered all over our walls, all over our kitchen cabinets because of his tail. So we put some Band-Aids on it and then duct taped it. So we like put the Band-Aids on and then duct tape around it because he just chews the Band-Aids off. So that's kind of what happened to his tail. But we take it off at night. And that's the other problem too. We probably need to get him one of those cones because he chews his Band-Aids off. And then he chews his tail and then it bleeds more. So it's just kind of like this. We've only been home for a couple of days and I'm like not sure what to do about this tail situation. But I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit of sandstone on my lips to kind of tie sandstone and then a little bit of Frenchie. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Sorry, that was long. I wanted to like do something one at a time so that my videos weren't as long, but I just can't cover it all. Liquid bandage. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. My pup had allergies and chews the tip of her tail. The same thing happens. Yes, it's like the worst. Oh gosh, it's terrible. Yeah, so he's kind of a nightmare right now. Okay, so I hope that answers some questions. I hope you guys were able to learn something today. Yes, I will put it on YouTube. So hopefully, in fact, I'll try to do that right now before I get sidetracked. I will go upload it. Happy tail syndrome. Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, thanks again for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I will link the brow stuff that I use and in my stories. So if you want to get that, you can get that because I do really like it. Yes, so Nicole, it is it's Maybelline's Master Eye Studio is my favorite eyeliner for waterline. And you will love it. It's great. But it's also, if you rewatch this from the beginning, it'll be there. How was Hawaii? It was so amazing. I'm really so jealous that you live there. Like, it was amazing. It was really hard to come home. And then we got hit with like a big snowstorm. So, it's freezing outside. And I just love all the color and beauty in Hawaii. Right now, this time of year in Utah, it's really, like, just not a lot of color. Like, really dry and, like, gray and tan and just not a lot of excitement. So, that part sucks. Okay, Tony's wife has hair questions, but we will get to hair questions one day. Or you can send me a direct message, and I can help you out, too. I live in the Davis County area, Allie, so I'm north of Salt Lake. Okay, see you guys. Have a good day.